Good afternoon, how are you? I heard, through the grapevine, that Christmas was coming. Now, last year, I did a very pink look. This year, I wanted to do something darker. Why? Because most of our events happen in the evening, so that's what we're going to do today. I did buy a product for this look. I wanted to do something different. Not different in the terms of makeup, but different in the terms of products. So I'm going to go do my foundation and I will be right back. Okay, we're back. Let me show you this product. As I was doing my foundation, I was wondering if I could just use this product or if I had to use a product underneath it. The product, hang on, I'm just trying to take it out of its packaging. The product is by Hourglass. It's called Scattered Light Glitter Eyeshadow in Smoke. This is what it looks like once it decides to... It is creamy, which is actually really exciting. I don't think I've ever had a creamy eyeshadow. I don't know if my camera's gonna focus, but in the right light, it looks really sick. I don't know how I want to do this because I want to do a dark look, and I know that this is gonna add to it, but I'm also low-key curious to see how it looks on its own. I'm assuming it's not going to be too extraordinary, right? I do want a darker look though. I'm going to use my Too Faced Born This Way, the Natural Nudes palette again. I've used this palette quite a lot, but for this case, it's my nude palette. I think it's pretty necessary. I'm going to do a Smokey Eye. I'm going to use my Zoeva brush that doesn't have any other kind of name, fluffy brush. I'm going to tap into this color here, Nude. And with this, I'm only doing this because I have a semi-hooded eye. And what I'm going to do here is I'm going to soften the blow from the darkest shade, which I'm going to show later. So just a light brush in that crease area. And from that light brush, I'm going to, in swipey motions and circly motions, push that out there. So this is going to serve as a transition and as a base for the darker color that we're going to put on top, but no more than just one swipe, and then with that swipe buffing it out. So I did tap into it a couple of times, maybe 2 times. Soft application. It doesn't matter how even it is because it is going to go darker. And just with that one brush, try to cover the lid. I do this mainly because I need to know where I'm going. If you don't have a semi-hooded eye, it's not a necessary step. But because I have to be careful where I put my darker shadows, because it's going to crease through, I do put that darker shadow so it doesn't look like a naked eye. And with smoky eyes, I do take it up to the brow to really give that smoked out effect. I'm going to work in color order instead of layer order for this one. So I'm going to take a dense pencil brush into that same color nude, and with one swipe, get that bottom under eye part. One swipe just to add the color, and then we'll buff it out. I feel like I need to get a softer brush to buff this out because pencil brush hurts under my eye. Don't be afraid to really buff out that under eye. It looks really cool, especially with a smoky eye. It looks cool with any eye, but especially with a smoky eye, or else you're not going to get that smoky effect. Oh god, I can't do 2 things at once. Using that same brush that I just blended that under eye part with was the Real Techniques, I think it's just called Eyeshadow Blending Brush. With that same brush or a similar brush to it, I'm going to pick up Truffle, this color. With one tap, I'm going to just keep it here on the ball of the eye. Blot it on the outer parts of it, strictly onto the eyelid now, not anything over the top, because again, notice that crease. So I'm trying to keep it now in little swipey motions, just distribute it to that lid. And once I feel like all the color has been distributed and it's starting to blend in on itself, that's when I bring it up and give it a little more shape. I'm also, by the way, I don't know if this is going to help anyone, but my mirror, I'm holding it down here, like I'm looking down at it so I can see up above my eye instead of having a mirror here and seeing directly through, because if I see, directly straight on, because if I look at it straight on, I can't see what I'm doing in terms of buffing and blending and shaping. but from underneath, I see everything. I'm going to tap it again. I'm going to try it again a little bit darker. The same thing. So again, just in the middle and only on the lid, spread it out a little, make sure it blends smoothly, and then bring it out and above. And that's going to be my base. Should I bring it out a little more? There we go. Sort of snatched, sort of not snatched, like a ghost. With the pencil brush again from before, I'm going to go back into Truffled and swipe under. Ah, my eyeball. How did I get all of that shit? Sorry, I threw a whole eyelash in my eyeball. That was wild. Using Truffled, gently fucking swipe underneath. And I'm going to blend it out close as I can to the actual eye line with the pencil brush, just to spread it out evenly. And then with my blending brush, the same one that I have been using, buffing it out dramatically. Usually what I do when I feel like I've made a mess of the blending, like it's not straight, I take a brush. This is a flat, medium, I guess, flat brush that I've taken to put my concealer on, and it still has concealer on it. And I usually like to dab it across that bottom there just to even out that line. I don't like using tape under my eyes. It's a whole thing. When I see people do it on TikTok and on Instagram, and it bugs me. Your eyes are the most sensitive part of your face. Don't be putting tape on there, man. Cool. I'm gonna go do the other eye quickly. Give me a sec. Okay, I don't know if it's my left eye or, like, it can't be the shadows because it was fine on my right eye. My left eye may be a little bit dry. I've done this very rough, and I actually don't think I care about the dryness on this side because this is my base, remember. Okay, so now's the moment that I've been waiting for. I don't know about you. I've been waiting for this for a couple days. I'm going to go in with my finger. And, oh man, that's so creamy. It feels sort of velvety. So not exactly creamy, just velvety. I don't know how else to explain. It's satiny, velvety. And I'm going to apply that to my whole lid and then blot it upward just so, again, the hooded eye problem. But I'm going to concentrate it, on the lid, the inside and the outside, and then just blot it. I mean, it brightens it up, but it does make it festive. I really like that for festive stuff. Like, I might try this one day without the dark underneath, but I feel like with it, it still has a dark, kind of like an eclipse. It definitely evened out that bad blending that I just did, so I'm not complaining. And the more I add as well, it gives it an opportunity to attract more light, but it's still dark underneath. Like, if I look from underneath, that is a light eye, but it gets darker according to the light around me, which is excellent because I love lighting. What I'm going to do is, because it is a cream product and I don't want to put my fingers under my eyes, I'm going to take a small flat brush. Okay, on the brush it doesn't come up like it does on the finger. Oh yeah, it does. Yeah, it does. And I'm going to take that here on the inside, just a little bit, because it does give the illusion of an inner highlight while keeping it dark, because that's what we want. I guess I am sort of bringing it up like I would a classic eye, just to bring that shape in. But in my defense, it distracts from the hood. And with this brush, I'm just going to dab where it looks like in my mirror down here, where it looks like I've missed with my finger, just to kind of make sure it's glowing and sparkling the whole way through. And I have taken it just the front under part of the eye, not to the end of it. In fact, what I'm going to do to the ends of the eye... Oh, sparkling sable. Do you remember this? This could be useful. I don't think I'm going to go in with it now because the point of this was this product. But there's an option. Okay, so it's a small little angled brush, if you can see it. And I am using Truffle again. It's the same two colors, Truffle and Nude, but now we're using Truffle. And with one or two swipes, underneath here. And I'm going to blend that out and back into that extended shadow wing that we've done, because I'm going to do a winged liner and it is going to connect, and we're going to keep connecting it later anyway. So that's just to show me where I want the liner to be. That's dark. Cool. Let's do some liner. All right, I'm going to go do my liner off screen because with my setup that I have now, it's almost impossible to get a decent shot of my liner. I'll work on that. But for now, give me a sec. Well, that was an adventure. It's so hard to see what I'm doing when my eyes are reflecting back at me and I'm blinding myself. Anyway, that was using the KVD tattoo liner. It's probably always gonna be that because it's the only liner that works, even though it's running out, so my line doesn't even look that black. But I'm gonna use the Makeup Forever Color Resist pencil. Aqua Resist color pencil. I can't say this. I'm never going to talk about it again. It's going to be in my description always. This product is so good. I was using the Marc Jacobs one, if you remember, if I started my channel using that one. Hey, because like you'd put it on and it wouldn't go anywhere. It wouldn't smudge. It wouldn't blur. It'd be so great. But this one is also so great. Do my eyes match? Yeah. To add to the darkness, I am going to take Bonnie from the Gemini palette, which is that really black. Yeah, I'm going in with Bonnie from the Gemini palette. Bonnie, this dark black of black color. It blends like a dream. It is the blackest black I've ever seen. Did that rhyme? Oh, Bonnie. And just like before when we went in with Truffle, just small strokes to connect the liner with that bottom lash line. This... No one's here. Today, everything's been quiet except for now. Hey! Oh, wait. And when you're blending the black, don't blend it all the way under like you've blended the brown. Blend it where it is. I mean, unless you like that super black look, go for it, shit. But I want to see the brown, so I'm only doing black to connect. Okay, I think what I'm going to do is put on my lashes, put on my lip, go fix my hair, and then I'll come back and we'll talk. Where is my one and only lip gloss that I only ever wear because it's... I didn't end up fixing my hair. I used a mask in my hair today and it looks natural again, whereas usually it's all frizzy and I have to straighten it. So I might just leave it like this tonight. How do I feel? I like the product. It's not exactly dark. It's not as dark as I kind of hoped it would be, which just means that next time I try it, if I want it darker, I can put it over black. It might even pop more. I do like the way it turned out. I always talk when I'm doing my lip stuff, and I shouldn't, but I took a break just now and I forgot everything I was going to say. Alright, I do like the product. What was it called again? Where did I put it? Hourglass Scattered Light Glitter Shadow in Smoke. I do like this product. I feel like I'm going to use it well. Is it worth $45? 45 Australian. Is it worth it? I'm sure there are other brands. I'm sure there are other brands that have very similar products that work just as well. Hourglass is a high-end brand, so they can get away with selling a product like this. It's small as well, for $45. Had I had more time to look around and kind of search up what I wanted, could I have found one? Yeah. I kind of walked in there, I was looking around, the lady came up and said, "Can I help you with anything?" And I told her what I wanted and she found it for $45. Because I see myself getting a lot of use out of this product, maybe it is worth the $45. Because the quality of it is nice. It looks sort of wet. I don't know how it's going to come out on the monitor. It doesn't look so much like glitter or sparkle, it looks wet. It looks like how it feels. Yeah, it's like an exact transfer. So it is quality. And I do like it. I like how it didn't, what's it called? Cascade down my face. What's that called? Fallout? Yeah. I like how it didn't have any fallout and I was able to control the product. It is a cream product, that's probably why. And they come in a few different colors. So do I see myself buying those colors? Yeah. It adds something. Instead of having a dark smoky eye, it's a dark smoky eye with something. It could be darker. That's all I have to say. It could be darker. That was my bad. I didn't expect it to be so brightening. Dude, that's color change. The sun. I'm not the best at color grading either, so you're just gonna have to deal with it. Ugh. I think this is nice for a festive season. It could actually be nice for an everyday thing if I don't put any shadow underneath it. We're just gonna have to deal with the light changes because the sun has a mind of its own. For what I was going for, I really like it. And I would recommend going into the stores to look at it and to look at the different colors as well. $45 is a lot of money. When one palette that I buy costs $80 to $90, one shadow for $45 is a lot of money. I think that's why I've never bought Hourglass shadows and I kind of stick to their face palettes because yes, it's $150, but you're getting 3 things, they last forever. My advice would be, if you're curious about it and other colors that they might have, check it out. Go have a look, ask questions about it. It is a lot of fun and it's very... It looks like I've put in a lot of work and I don't think I did. And that's maybe another reason why it's pricey, because it does the work for you. I think I'm going to leave it there. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you learned something and I hope you have a happy holiday. If you like this look, please leave this video a like, and if you'd like to see more, please consider subscribing, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.